What is good, YouTube? We back at it like we never left. And on the screen, y'all should already know what time it is by the title. Y'all should already know what time it is. So if you watched my videos last year, you know that I tried to make a build, and I'm pretty sure I did a good job. But you know I tried to make a build that best portrayed LeBron James. That's the type of play style I like to play with in 2K. And if any of y'all are trying to play like LeBron in the park rec pro-am or whatever, or if you're just trying to be a demigod in general, watch this video. I'ma get y'all right. Just trust me. Now, as you see here on the screen, I have the build at shooting guard instead of small forward. No, that is not a mistake. I did this strategically. I made this build perfect. Why did I do that? Because in this game, if you go 6'8" small forwards in the game are broken in general, but if you go with a 6'8" small forward for this build, it completely breaks it. Your ball handling goes down, your dunking goes down, the build just becomes slow, and it won't play like LeBron at all. So sure, you go small forward and then make him 6'7", but if you make him a shooting guard that's 6'7", which is the max height for a shooting guard, he gets better badges. And also, if you play the 2 guards to the 3 guard at this build, it's more effective. I was gonna put like a little clip montage of me dunking on people in park and going crazy, but I figured I'm gonna save that. If this video gets 5 likes, I'm gonna put together a montage of me playing on this build, but I'm gonna give y'all the build first. So if you scroll through the pie charts, you have to find the one that most accurately portrays LeBron James' game stuff. And I was thinking about picking this pie chart right here. This is the 2-way playmaking slasher pie chart. And I went through and I didn't really like the badges on it. And if you don't pick this pie chart, there's really only one other pie chart you could pick. And there's this one, the one that's evenly slashing and playmaking. That is the most accurate one. Now, like I said before, when you make this build, if you disagree with something I say, that's cool. But if you want to get right, you have to trust me. Now, most people would pick this first physical profile right here. The reason why I would not do that is because, yeah, it's speed, and that's LeBron. He has speed and it has a decent vertical. Well, LeBron has a great vertical, but it has a decent vertical on that physical profile. But I figured you can get something better than that. You can get something more balanced. And I look at that one, that's definitely not accurate. That one, no, I can't rock with that. It has not enough vertical, too much strength. And if you go to this one right here, this is the best one. 94 vertical, 89 speed, 87 acceleration. If you go to the top, it's way better than that. It's way more balanced. This is the best one. And not to mention, if you get the gym rat or go to the gym, I don't know how that works, but you can get a +4 to your physical profile. So really, when you factor all that stuff in, the first physical profile chart never made sense anyway, because all that's going to go down when you lower your height, and when you get that +4 to this one, it's going to basically be the same but better vertical. So this is why I went with that one. When people think of a LeBron James build, they think, oh, he's LeBron James, you have to give him the max amount of finishing badge, you have to max out everything finishing. No, that's going to ruin the build. And I know I'm saying that a lot, but you can easily mess this build up by just 2 simple small mistakes. So 20 is going to be enough on this build, trust me. You want to give yourself 20 finishing badges. You want to put the least on your standing dunk that you can to still maintain that 20. 22, 2 more finishing badges. 1, it doesn't matter, and 2 is not going to give you enough defensive badges, and you have to have some defensive badges on this build. You can't go offensive heavy. The build is not going to work, and it's going to be trash in whatever game mode you play in 2K. For the shooting, you know you have to max that out. They didn't really give us that much for shooting, so we have to get the best we possibly can for shooting. So we're going to max shooting out. But when we get to post fade, we're going to lower the post fade just enough to keep 13 shooting badges. You don't want to give yourself more than you have to. You can still keep 13 shooting badges without having a max post fade. You can take that down a little bit and still maintain your badges and still have more attribute points to work with. Now on this build, if you did decide to max out your finishing and you did decide to max out your playmaking, you would be sitting at 22 finishing badges and 25 playmaking badges. And if you want to do that, be my guest. You're just not going to have anything to work with on defense. So just like the playmaking, you can get 25 badges, but we don't really need those extra 3 badges. Sure, they can be helpful, but when it comes to comparing them to other things we need in our game, it's just not worth 3 badges to give up a lot of defense. So you want to give yourself 22 badges, the least amount of post move you can do while still keeping 22 badges, and that's what I did here. Now look, we have 139 attribute points just for defense. And for defense, you're going to upgrade the perimeter defense, the lateral quickness, the steal, the block, and that's going to give you 5 defensive badges. You cannot get any more than that. 5 is enough. Now, if you feel like 5 defensive badges is not worth giving up those finishing and those playmaking badges, then yeah, give yourself 1. But in my opinion, I'd rather have 5 defensive badges than just 1 defensive badge. And I would also like to have better defensive stats with this build. And since the maximum amount of defensive badges we can get is 5, you have some extra attribute points left over. And I went ahead and threw some on the standing dunk because you have to have a 60 standing dunk to get the LeBron James dunk packages. And when you raise them up to 6'7", you're going to get that. And then I put 1 on the offensive rebound just because this is as accurate as you can get right here. Tell me I'm lying. Let me know what you think in the comments if you disagree. But in my opinion, this is accurate to LeBron. So after you're done, your screen should look exactly like this. Your attributes should look exactly like this. So now let's get to the height. And like I said earlier, the tallest you can make him is 6'7" on this build. 1 inch doesn't really matter. You'll still play like him. You'll still look like him. But the body type, I chose built because I think that's the most accurate to LeBron. And I made him 6'7". As you can see, our standing dunk goes up. Like how I mentioned earlier, our physicals go down a little bit when we make him 6'7", but we can't be any shorter than that. If you want to be LeBron 6'6", that's too short. 6'7" is perfect, and you still get decent physicals. If you look at your ball control, yeah, it goes down, but you're still good. You're still able to speed boost in takeover at 99, because at 99 you get 99.9, you get plus 5 attributes to everything, and at 99 you get plus 4. So you're still good. Everything with this build still looks perfect. And if you're worried about the shooting, take what I just said and apply it to the shooting. You're still going to be good, and getting 13 shooting badges on this build is almost unfair. So you're good. With the weight, what I try to do is be the heaviest I could be while still keeping a 83 vertical, and that was 234 pounds. Your strength does not matter. Your play will not play any differently with strength unless you are a big man. So 234 pounds right here is perfect. Now with the wingspan, this is where it could go either way. Now if you put minimum, you get shot creating takeover. So if you want to be a shot creating type player with this build, you can go minimum. Actually, you don't even have to go minimum. I think the lowest you can go, the longest your wingspan can be to maintain shot creating is 81.9. So if you want to be a shot creator takeover with this build, 81.9 wingspan is for you. For me, I had to go longer wingspan. It's a LeBron build. I just have to have that longer wingspan for blocks and better defense. When your wingspan is neutral, you have a 62 3 ball. And to be honest, I went with 85.7 because you only lose 1 to your 3 and only 2 to your ball control. And 85.7 is a good wingspan. Like, that's a pretty decent wingspan. So I went 85.7 wingspan. You only get 1 taken off your 3 and 1 taken off your mid-range. And for the takeover, slashing takeover is OP, and it just makes the most sense for LeBron. So I chose slashing takeover for this build, and let's get into the badges. I gave you guys the blueprint for the build. The attributes is the blueprint. Anything else after that is completely up to y'all, including the badges. I'm just showing you what I would do, and in my opinion, I think I made the best decision. So since you were at the 2, most of the time you're going to have a baby on you. So Hall of Fame back down punisher, Hall of Fame fancy footwork, Hall of Fame contact finisher is a must. That fancy footwork, you're going to hop right by people. That badge is really good. And back down punisher, if you put them in the post, they're moving back. Now, if you don't like that setup and you would rather, not play in the post as much, you can take that off and put on giant slayer or consistent finisher, have that Hall of Fame, or you can put it on relentless, or you can put it on whatever you want. Like I said, the badges are up to you. What I would do though is go contact finisher Hall of Fame, giant slayer Hall of Fame, fancy footwork Hall of Fame, acrobat Hall of Fame, back down gold, and relentless bronze. So that's what I would do for the finishing. Now the shooting, it would just be impossible to tell you guys would be perfect because everybody has a different play style. But I know for me, if I'm going to shoot a shot, I'm most likely going to be fading on this build. If you have range extender on gold, you do not limit yourself to the mid-range game. You can expand your range and be more versatile. Now, I really do not know what I'm going to do when the time comes for me to get my shooting badges and put them on. I don't know if I'm going to have Deadeye Gold or Deadeye Silver, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to leave Deadeye Silver. Now, quick draw. Some people think it has to be gold. Some people think it needs to be Hall of Fame. And some people, like myself, thinks you can get by perfectly fine on silver. But on a non-shooting build like this build can shoot. Do not get me wrong. This build is going to be able to shoot. Not great, not like a sharpshooter, so don't expect that, but it can shoot. So for a build like this, I think it needs to be on gold so you can get it off quicker. With 2 badge upgrades left, you can basically spread it out and put it on anything. Like I said, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to make a decision when the time comes, but I might go catch and shoot, or I might just do Hot Zone Hunter Silver. I'm going through these badges because I'm just giving you guys my opinion, and maybe it can help you guys on this build. Maybe it can influence you, or maybe think a different way that you never thought before. So I'm gonna go through the badges and tell you guys what I would do. Quick first step. Now, if I'm not telling you what to do on this build, like I said, but get quick first step Hall of Fame. You need that. It makes your player basically speed boost without even having an 86 ball control. You move so fast off the dribble, you can blow by people, and it's just so effective on a slashing build like this. You're gonna need dimer because you can run the 1 at this build. It is LeBron James. After all, tight handles. I put that Hall of Fame in Floor General Hall of Fame because when you get Floor General Hall of Fame, it gives you a +4 to all your teammates' attributes, including yourself. So that's going to be very helpful. Downhill Hall of Fame, you guys have seen LeBron in the fast break. He moves like a train. When he's coming down the lane, people just back up because he's so fast in transition. So I have that Hall of Fame as well. And 3 badges left. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to probably put on Stop and Go, Space Creator, and Bailout because those are really good badges. And for the last set of badges, I actually thought about chase down artists because, you know, that's what LeBron does. He chases things down. But with stuff like this, especially when you only have 5, you have to think about what would be most effective opposed to what would play like LeBron. So most effective, probably pickpocket, probably intimidator, and clamps. But you have so little to choose from that is really your preference. It's really up to you for the defensive badges. But yeah, that's it for this demigod build. I think when it's all said and done, you get about 60 badges. So it's a really versatile, fun, and kind of a unique build to play with. If you guys feel like I could have did something differently to make the build better, please share your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. As always, if you took the time out of your day to click on this video, I appreciate you, and we out.